from the heart of the Eastern Cape. Link FM.
We're chatting with JJ, all the way from Cape Town, born and raised in PE. Just dropped his brand new single. There we go, JJ, all the way from Port Elizabeth, now living down in Cape Town and live on the phone with us this morning. Good morning, JJ, and welcome to the Breakfast Show and right here on Link FM.
Hi, good morning, kids, and good morning to the listeners. Thank you so much for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure, mate. Yeah, born and raised in Ebai, now living in Cape Town.
That's correct, yes.
All right. What took you from Port Elizabeth to Cape Town?
I actually came to come and look for work in Cape Town, and found work, got married, and moved on with life.
And what year was that?
In I think 2009.
2009. Were you born again, JJ, or was that in your BC days?
I was born again. Fell into sin again, and then but the grace of God just lifted me up again, and had the opportunity to encounter Him again.
Okay. I was just having a look at your testimony, and you've got quite a powerful testimony that 2013 was a bad year for JJ. You were involved in a terrible motorcar accident. Tell us about that and the subsequent testimony that's come from that and what God has done for you.
Oh, well. So in 2013, I was in a head-on collision, and this 2 months before my wedding. I was the only survivor in the vehicle, or in the accident, sorry. I sustained multiple injuries, mostly on my left-hand side, fractures. I was then airlifted to the hospital and then put into a medically induced coma.
Wow.
And during this time, I think it was about a week that I was in a coma. During this time, the doctors actually prepared my family for the worst. And said that I wasn't going to make it, and that they shouldn't prepare themselves for me to come out from this accident. But I was surrounded by prayer warriors and people that really felt that they could that they needed to call me back to life, and so I was called back to life.
Wow!
But I remember during the accident. I was laying there, I felt cold, I was afraid, and I remember asking God for peace, and that if it was my time that I should prepare myself, And just as I finished praying, I felt this woman put a hand on my shoulder and said that it's going to be okay.
Wow.
And at that moment, I really felt the presence of God come down like a flood, and I just felt this immense, or this power of peace come upon me. And so after that, it was really going into healing physically, but I think the battle started mentally after that. But during that time, God just gave me peace and carried me through that season. Yeah.
You said the battle mentally started from that point on?
So mentally, it was the post-trauma, it was the depression, it was the self-worth, the self-blaming. All of those things sit in, and this amazing miracle happened, but it was a very dark time for me, and I really felt afraid, afraid. But God gave me peace in that time, and pulled me through that season. And I think He took me through that season to have the ability to encourage others, that are facing these things.
Fantastic. JJ, you watched a movie that has changed lives all around the world, and it continues to do so. I actually saw the producer of the movie, Mel Gibson, the other day being interviewed. The Passion of the Christ, and this is where the song Messiah King was basically birthed from you having watched that movie. Would you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I watched this movie, and I really, ever since, or since being saved, I thought, how could people do this, to this person that I fell in love with? How could people treat him this way, And obviously they didn't understand, but they didn't know They didn't know what they were doing, you know.
Yeah.
And so I was really moved. And I remember during the movie they were speaking about this Messiah and the King. You know, those two words stood out for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Christ had the ability not to lay his life down, but he chose to show us a love that's beyond our understanding.
Mm.
You know, and so even death couldn't hold him down.
Mm-hmm.
And so I researched the word Messiah, and what stood out for me was Messiah means the saving one, and King means obviously ruler and leader.
Mm.
And so that's the basis of the song. It's like, for who is like the Lord, the God who rose in power and in strength.
Mm.
You know.
Wow.
So yeah, it's basically a celebration.
Yeah.
If I may say.
It certainly is.
Basically.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And of course the rhythm and the tempo, the beat of that song, it's one of those that you just can't help but click your fingers to while it's playing. But listen, I can feel the Naval D influence in this particular production as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
You worked with Naval?
Yes. So he just brought a different feeling to the song, you know.
Mm.
I remember when I went to a digital forest. It's a studio in Cape Town.
Yeah.
I came to them and I told them, look guys, I want to do the song. I have it recorded on my phone. I don't know what the steps are from now. And they introduced me to Naval. And when Naval heard the song, I thought he would come back 2 months later.
Mm.
Because I knew that he's a busy person.
Yeah.
But he actually came back 2 days later, and he said that he wanted to sit with the song. And the song was in its roughest form.
Mm.
But I remember during this time, Naval always told me, you know, let's take our time with the song, because he can hear that this is bigger than us. It's bigger than JJ and Naval D, you know, and that we need to uplift this, take the song to a level that's meant to be.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he just brought a different anointing to the song, yeah.
And listen, Naval D is on another level. Neville's on another level. Man, no, listen, it's a great song. I'm looking forward to the album, and apparently your album is coming out in April of 2020. That right?
Yes, we're trusting God for more, and we're trusting God to open the doors in April.
Fantastic. You you lead worship at Every Nation Church, which is in one city in Cape Town. You've been there for a while?
Yes, I'm one of the worship leaders there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I started about 2-3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
2-3 years ago.
Okay. Listen, I believe 2020 is getting off to a good start for you and the family. When's your daughter due?
Oh, my princess. She is born. She's going to be born on the 16th of January.
16th, all right.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
so we're looking forward to that.
So you have you got 2 sons already?
Yes. I have a 13-year-old
Mm?
and I have a 2-year-old.
Ah,
Oh,
great.
no, a 4-year-old, sorry.
I'm sure he'll forgive you for that one. Man, classic. Children are just like so special, and childbirth is just, that's a God miracle that's just on another level. I'm trusting you're going to be in that ward with your wife, Kim, come 16 Jan 2020.
For sure.
For sure. JJ,
If I don't faint.
no, you won't. You'll be fine, mate. You'll be good. Listen, it's been great chatting to you, and we really just want to thank you for blessing us with Messiah King, a great song. It's featured extensively on our playlist since early November already, and we just say have a blessed day further, have a blessed Christmas, and we look forward to getting a hold of that album next year, and playing some more of your music, and all the best for the birth of your baby daughter, your princess. What's her name?
So her name is Mika Joy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mita, M-R-T or Mika?
It's Mika, so it's M-E, oh my soul.
M-E-E-K-A maybe.
It's M-E-K-H-A.
Ah, okay, M-E-K-H-A.
Yeah,
All right.
sure.
Listen, JJ, thanks again for catching up with us. Really appreciate it. And have a blessed day further. And just give my love to Table Mountain, will you?
Thank you so much, Steve.
All right.
And I wish the listeners a very blessed Christmas and a prosperous New Year. And thank you so much for playing my song. I really
Pleasure,
appreciate
mate.
it.
Before you run, where is your music available? On all digital platforms?
On most digital, on all digital platforms.
Yeah.
You can just search Messiah King by JJ.
Okay.
And you can reach me on Instagram.
What's your Instagram handle?
Jacques Music.
Jacques
01.
Music. Okay. Okay, great stuff. Listen, have a good day further, and then all the best for the new year and for your future. JJ, be blessed, my friend.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Cheers, bye-bye. Here we go. JJ, Jacques, all the way from Cape Town today, and his song Messiah King coming up after this commercial break.
From the heart of the Eastern Cape, Link FM.